Hey everybody, it's King Koopas here, and welcome back to some more Sonic Adventure 2. In the last part we got, well, we didn't get anything, but I explained the alignments of Chao as well as their first evolution. And in this part, I'm going to go into a little detail about what's called the second and/or gradual evolution. According to Chao Island, it's two different things, but I still classify it as the same thing. So for the sake of simplicity, let's go into that. So, as I pointed out in the last episode, as we can see, Jackie here and Dasho are vastly different, because they have gone through what is called the second evolution. Now, in the second evolution, your Chao doesn't actually go into a cocoon. It just gradually and slowly changes depending on the alignment. Now, let me explain this. When you evolve a Chao for the first time, it has like the alignment, like for example, this Jackie here is hero. He's a hero power Chao. However, once the Chao evolves, you can further influence it. If it stays like purely power, it'll evolve or change into what you see here. This is a full 100% hero power Chao, as I call it. Or as it is called, excuse me. And each Chao undergoes these changes, and you can get really interesting looking Chao. For example, here, Dasho here is very similar to Shadow, and he has a dark run alignment. But the beautiful thing about these alignments is simply that you can change it pretty much whenever you want. You can start, like, if I wanted to, I could start, and this from Malay because these guys really love me. That's one of the things these Chao do. Like, when they like you, they'll start performing interactions with you like this. And I know I'm kind of just changing the subject, but I'm just trying to, you know, make this video have a purpose in life. But we have that. Hold on for a sec. Sorry about that, I thought that was my sister. But as you can see here, when a Chao likes it, like, this is adorable. When you don't pick up the Chao, it's just like, oh, it's just okay. Alright, back on subject. Anyway, what are you doing? Standing there? Whatever. I completely lost my... Go away. I completely lost my train of thought. So pretty much the gradual evolution that you can change it. So if I want to, I can take Jackie here, and I can influence him to be a hero power run Chao. And the beautiful thing with these different Chao is they all look very interesting, and they all have distinct patterns, like in their spikes. Like for example, if you have a hero run, I actually think it's neutral run Chao, you'll have essentially a Sonic Chao. So that's pretty awesome. So it's a really interesting thing. Unfortunately, I can't show you absolutely everything about a Chao. So, like, you know, what Chao can look like. So, again, links in the description to Chao Island, where you can actually, they have pictures of every single type of possible combination for gradual evolutions, or second evolutions, as well as more in-depth information on the whole thing, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty inexperienced when it comes to stuff like that, because looks are nice, but I think the best way, honestly, if you want a specific looking Chao, just use Fusion's Chao Editor. While some people may find the reward, if I find like it rewarding to try and get these super hard Chao, or not super hard Chao, but these different types of Chao, for me, I just don't have the time and patience like I did when I was a kid, so I pretty much just use Fusion's Chao Editor to keep him along the path. Now, I guess something else I can also explain about gradual evolutions. As I said, they're gradual. They can take a very, very long time. Like, you may not notice anything at first, but a few hours down the road, as you can see, the changes become very drastic, and you can get some awesome looking Chao. Like, if you can get like Chao with like different color schemes even, for example, you can get some really interesting looking Chao, because you don't see it yet in this guy, but this guy is going to be turning into the hero run Chao if I gave him enough time. Unfortunately, I don't want to show that. Like I said, you can look that all up. So that's kind of the replay value of Chao. And now, since I pretty much explained everything I know about gradual evolutions, I guess I can also just, you know, show off here something I forgot to explain that I wanted to. If a Chao likes you, you can whistle, and it'll come running to you. And that's just adorable. I'm sorry. I have a soft spot for Chao. These things are my little kids. My little virtual kids, I should say. I have way too, I don't know, maybe it's just my inner child, you know, crying out, but whatever. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Jesus, I guess I can also, I'm gonna talk a little bit about breeding, even though I said I wouldn't, because I just want to say right now, like I said, breeding is a very complicated process. Essentially, how it works is that there are different genes and ales that each Chao has. You can have a look at them inside Fusion's Chao Editor. I think I'll pop up a picture if you want to see. The thing is, how it actually determines what genes and ales it's going to use, like, for different stats and stuff like that. I don't understand. All I know is that I believe there's dominant genes, and then there's like the secondary genes, and the scores or the grades are based off of a combination of the two chows that made, as well as the color and facial expression. Actually, I think the facial expression is randomized, but I know for fact that the the color can sometimes be, like I said, we got lucky there and we got like a mix. We got a shiny sky blue chow, which is a mix of Chacky, who's a shiny white chow, and this guy is just a sky blue chow. Chacky, I should say. As you can see, it's kind of cute. Okay, so now, there really isn't much else to say on the whole concept of Gratch. Wow, they're all like lined up perfectly. That's like a perfect image right there. And of course, Chappy has to just stand there like an idiot. Whatever. Anyway, that pretty much explains all I know about gradual evolution. It's kind of a short part, but I don't know. Just, you know, I want to get out what I can, and it's not really something I can show. The fun of gradual evolutions is just experimenting with it for yourself, because I've seen some really interesting chow. And in the case of breeding, I guess one more thing I can end off on with breeding, you can get some really interesting combinations. Like, for example, you can get invisible chow, for example, transparent chow, with proper breeding combinations. Unfortunately, these are really, really hard to get. And I think in some cases, in this game, it's not even possible without the use of Fusion's chow editor, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll actually look into it myself, maybe. But all the information is on Chow Island, so if you want to look that up, you can. Alrighty, so I think that covers the absolute, well, just the basics. There's a lot more in-depth information, but this is all I understand, and I'm not a smart guy. So I think I'm just gonna end it off here. In the next part, we're gonna cover the final topic on Chow, death and reincarnation, which is, you may think you know it's one of the saddest things, but in my opinion, death and reincarnation can be one of the most important parts of the Chow life cycle. So with that, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next part. Okay, this is just a little bit of bonus content since this part was so short. I'm gonna go ahead and show off sicknesses, because I don't think this is anything that's ever really been shown off. As you can see, Chacky's coughing. I'm kind of using him as like my guinea pig, but as you can see, he was coughing there. Kind of a weird thing. So, you know, like any sane human being, you want to take him over to the doctor. Come on. And if you take him to the health center, see a doctor, let me see. You're coughing a lot. I'll give you some cough drops. And that gives you chow medicine. However, kind of the downside to that, okay, never mind. He's not doing it now, but I remember when I originally gave my chow medicine, he hated me for it. He was struggling to get away from me for a while, and then it eventually just goes away. Anyway, meet you back here, and I'm just gonna quite literally just start shuffling around to show you the different diseases. The different diseases and the different medications that they take. So this is just gonna be a cutting thing now, so I'll stop talking, I'll leave it to that.
What?